Fantastic Lake, my dear students. Welcome back to another lesson video. As you've all seen that on Tuesday we discussed the questions here. Some of you students have shared your homework to me. You had to share a poem recitation, a written poem, and answer to these questions. So those who haven't, I request them to share your work to me as soon as possible. Now we were reading the poem titled The Schoolboy, and in this poem there is a boy who is not really happy, and what makes him unhappy we will find that out. And because he's unhappy, he compares himself to a bird that lives in a cage, right? And then he also compares himself to a plant that dies when it should bear fruit, when it should grow fully and blossom. I love to rise in a summer morn when the birds sing on every tree. The distant huntsman winds his horn and the skylark sings with me. Oh, what sweet company. So the boy loved to rise in summer morning. Morn means morning, when the birds are singing on the tree, right? And the distant means far. Huntsman means hunter, winds his horn. So winds here refers to blow his horn. And when the skylark is a bird which sings then. So he felt that he had sweet company when he get up in a summer morning. So you can see it in this picture. On the left hand side we have a bird, and that is skylark, and on the right hand side we have huntsman who is winding his horn. But to go to school in a summer morn, oh, it drives all joy away. Under the cruel eye outworn, the little one spends the day in sighing and dismay. So the next stanza starts with the opposition word, right? But, so it's saying like, however, on the other hand, going to school in the early morning is a sad thing, because it takes away all the joy. It drives away the joy that he felt when he got up. All the joys are being removed when he had to go to school, because there he will see teachers with cruel means unkind and brutal eyes. Outworn means something which is out of date, something which is expired. So the teachers are old and they give you a very strict, unkind look. And the little ones here refers to the children, spend the day in sighing. So when you sigh, you take a deep breath in and then release when you are sad or when you are tired. And dismay means you are in shock because of fear or something. Okay, so he's not having a great time there at school. Then at times I drooping sit and spend many an anxious hour. Nor in my book can I take delight, nor sit in learning's bower, worn through with the dreary shower. So then he says that at some times, right? At times means sometimes he drooping sit. So he'd sit with his shoulders bent a little bit in the front. So this shows that he's not happy and engaged in the study. And then he would spend in the classroom many an anxious hour. Anxious means worried. So he's always worrying about what will happen next, what is the cruel teacher going to say next. Okay, then there is negative word here. Nor in my book can I take delight. So he cannot take delight. Take delight means take interest and enjoy reading book, nor sit in learning's power. So sit in learning's power means inside the classroom. Bower is like a bowl where we contain things. So just like that, inside the classroom you sit and you learn. But he feels like both of these are boring, because the lectures, right, the shower that the teacher is giving is really dreary. Dreary means dull, flat, uninteresting. So he feels very anxious and bored at the same time. How can the bird, now he gives reason, how can the bird that is born for joy sit in a cage and sing? How can a child when fears annoy but droop his tender wings and forget his youthful spring? So now he's comparing himself to the bird and says that the bird is born for joy. He needs to be very happy. How can a bird be happy when he is put inside a cage, right? So it won't happen. Same thing is with the child. The child will not feel happy. He wants to go outside and play, but then instead he is inside the classroom. And he says that when fear is there, right, when he is fearful of the teachers, how can he spread his tender means young and soft wings here refers to creativity, imagination skills, right? So he has to droop them down, he has to bend them down and keep them keep them touched to the ground. He cannot spread them wide. And then he had to forget his youthful spring. So youthful spring refers to the youthful means you can take it as a childhood period where the energy is there, the skill, the creativity, and the ideas are brimming out from your head. So in short, it's saying that fears, right, that you're scared of things, and because of that you cannot independently think and create something new. Oh, father and mother, if buds are nipped and blossoms blown away, and if the tender plants are stripped of their joy in the springing day by sorrow and care's dismay, how shall the summer arise in joy, or the summer fruits appear? William Blake. Now the last stanza is a question to his parents, that if birds here, you can see here the the very early stage of a flower, right? So when the birds are nipped means destroyed. So when the birds are cut down or destroyed from the very early age, and blossoms blown away, and because of that, blossom means when the flower is full grown, so it will not happen because it has been blown away means it has been destroyed. And if the tender plants, tender I told you, young and soft, are stripped of their joy means the joy of the plants are taken away, are driven away, are removed in the springing day. So spring is the time when they blossom, right? They come out alive. And during such time, if they are not able to blossom, then how do you expect them to bear fruits in the summer? And then he says, by sorrow and care's dismay. So by unhappiness, okay, because they feel unhappy, and because there is this feeling of fear and shock and surprise, how can this child, this schoolboy, grow properly? And then how can the summer arise in joy? So summer here refers to the young boy. How can he grow into an adult, right, if he's not being given the happiness that he needs and the freedom that he deserves? So these are the questions and the problems stated by William Blake. William Blake is an English poet, and he's really very famous for children, especially his poetry. Most of them concerns with the injustice happening to children, and here he is against the school system. Okay, so I've told you also to note down some of the new words in your glossary section and write their meaning on the right side, just like given here. Now today you have to answer these questions, okay? And at the same time, I told you I'll share some questions. So yeah, that's it. In case you have any question, feel free to ask. And remember, dear students, you're not coming to the regular school, therefore you have to spend a little extra time towards writing and reading. Otherwise your English will get worse, and someday you will not be able to read a single paragraph, which will be a really an embarrassing moment. So kindly keep on reading, develop the habit of writing as well. And in case you need any help from my side, feel free to ask. I'm always available for you students. That's it. Thank you everyone.